All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First of all, we give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Kakadash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who teach us this truth and rule well. And peace, love, and salutation to the hopeful elect who are sincerely hastening the day that the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, sends His Son, Yahushai, to deliver the elect of Israel. You know, and the Israelites are you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as those who are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, because it's not a color thing. If you've been given the gift of this truth and this faith through the names of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, and your bloodline and lineage, it doesn't matter what you look like. It goes back to the 12 tribes of Israel. Now, we're the brothers from Great Millstone, Miami. I'm the brother Ramak.
Brother Lawyer.
And for the topic of this lesson is happy is the man. You know, and it's pursuant to the book of Job, chapter 5. But happy is the man who the Most High corrected, man. And the Lord is correcting us. You know, whether it be brothers or you sincere sisters who are listening, we go through these chastisements and the different things that the Lord, the way He deals with us. The Lord be dealing with His sons and His daughters, man. And it's good for you because the Lord is getting His woman ready, His wife ready, and that wife represents the elect of Israel. He's getting us ready for the marriage. He's getting us ready for salvation and deliverance rather than letting us be out in this world and continuing to be the old man or the old woman or, you know, just on the road to destruction. The Lord keeps us on this straight and narrow path. He takes us through different things to really build us up ultimately, you know. And when shit hit the fan, because we've been going through those chastisements, the Lord's going to keep us. Because we've been being exercised, you know, by these chastisements, the Lord's going to keep us. Is also building up our faith, man. So look at that.
This is Job chapter 5, verse 17. It says, "Behold, happy is the man whom God correcteth, therefore despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty. For He maketh sore and bindeth up, He woundeth, and His hands make whole."
Right, and it says happy is a man. When you go into the word for happy, it's the Hebrew word ashar, which goes into happiness or blessedness, or blessed are. You really blessed when the Lord is chastening you, man. You know, I was watching the elder Kasat Magana lesson that he did. When you blessed and highly favored, that means not just good shit happening to you all the time. That means, shoot, the Lord take you through things. Job was blessed and highly favored from the Lord, but the Lord took him through those chastisements, through those things. Yahushua was blessed and highly favored. King David was blessed and highly favored, and the Lord took them through some things, man. You know, but that was the Lord correcting them. You know, and the Lord here, he break you down, but He builds you up. You know.
Right. Hey, the word. Well, I want to get it in the NLT. This is Job 5 and 17. It says, "But consider the joy of those corrected by God. Do not despise the discipline of the Almighty when you sin." All right, so you got to consider, you know, when we're going through things that eventually it's going to lead to joy, man. Okay, you know, the scriptures talk about how though the Lord caused grief, yet will He have compassion according to the multitude of His mercies. All right, so on the other side of the chastisement and the hell and the pain, all right, it's going to come, you know, the peaceable fruit of righteousness, man.
That's right.
All right, it's chastening, man. That's why, you know, chastening is done in measure. It's not something to overthrow you entirely. It's just something to course correct you in the right direction. Okay? All right? Whereas if you're not corrected by the Most High and you're not chastened, well, then you'll just continue on in your wicked ways and then eventually you'll be destroyed, man.
Right.
Okay? So whatever momentary joy that you might be desiring, and you might be like, damn, you know, I don't want to have to go through this or that, you know? And I would rather just things be all peachy keen. Well, on the other end of that is destruction.
All right.
Okay? So you would rather take, you know, the chastising and the course correcting now and the goading now. All right? Like you got the ox goad. Okay? All right? You use it to prick the ox in the correct direction rather than stray, you know, and be pig-headed and then, you know, end up fucking getting devoured by a lion, man.
Right.
Or devoured by the missus.
Right.
Or by famine.
Right.
So,
Right.
I got more. All right. It says, verse 19, it says, "He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. In famine He shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee."
Right. So that's going to be the blessed state in the times to come. That's going to be the blessed state of the elect.
Yeah.
Those who have the Lord been chastening,
Right.
the Lord been punishing. You don't chasten someone that you hate. You don't chasten. The Lord doesn't chasten Edomites.
Now the Lord just destroyed their ass.
He just destroyed them.
Yeah.
They just created for destruction.
The Lord wasn't chastening
Right.
the Egyptians. No, he was just fucking their shit up.
Right. He didn't chasten the Sodomites.
Nah, he just rained fire and brimstone.
He just rained fire when it was time to destroy them.
Yeah.
You know? He didn't chasten the Canaanites. He just destroyed them and gave us the land. See, the Lord chastens the Israelites, man. That's the reason why we in this whole situation as a people,
Yeah.
Going into slavery, going into captivity, because ultimately all of our people are going to be saved in the kingdom. But the elect, the remnant right now is being woken up, and you're going through things. That's why it's called a straight and narrow path. You know, it's few that's going through this path, and wide be the gate that leads to destruction. The Lord got you on this path, and you go through different things, man, because the Lord wants you to be built up. We talking about being sons of God.
Right. You know, a lot of times things aren't necessarily like an attack from the Lord. Like, it's just sometimes a lot of shit just be circumstantial.
Yep.
All right, you just really just going through some circumstantial shit. You know, just regular inconveniences that just come with whatever situation you might be dealing with. You know, whether it be with your family or personal relationships, job, or a car, or whatever. You know, everybody goes through a lot of this shit, man.
Right.
Okay, so you got to understand that when you're going through things, man, it's not like the Lord is just personally singling you out. It's just the course of this world is imperfect, man. And
Right.
you're in it, and you're trying to live as righteously as possible. So along the way, like everybody else, you're going to catch strays. Nigga. It's just
Right.
what it is. All right? But you got to continue to show your integrity and show your faith, man.
Right.
All right, and keep the faith in it. You know, the Lord going to work things out, man. You know, sometimes you got, Kelly Price? That song.
It will rain.
You know, rain. You know,
Joe's will
exactly. Like sometimes
Understand.
it's gonna rain. You know, but sunshine gonna follow the rain. It's just what it is. Okay.
Count it all joy.
Exactly.
Count it all joy. That's not something that comes from the black church, man. That's in the scriptures. Count it all joy when you go through diverse temptations, man. You know. Matter of fact, let me get that. Man, that's the spirit, man. You know. These things they happen, but it's really made to build us up, man. And you better off getting these chastisements and these things now while still keeping your integrity than having to get judged like the rest of the world is about to get
Right,
judged.
than having to get starved to death.
Right.
What about that?
Right.
You don't want to be starved to death. Okay. You don't want to have to get caught up in these wars that's getting ready to pop off, man. You want to escape. You want to escape. So, hey, just deal with this shit. You know, and just endure and be as resilient as you can be through the Spirit.
That's right.
You know, ride the wave. You know, sometimes you're going to have ups, sometimes you're going to have downs. Sometimes you're going to have high highs, sometimes you're going to have low lows. All right, it happens to everybody, man. Okay? This is not our world, man. We're strangers and pilgrims on the earth. The Lord does things to remind us of that.
Think of the end. Think of the latter end. He just bought out Job 5. Blessed is the man, happy is the man who the Most High corrected, because the Lord is going to deliver you from 6 troubles, and 7, no evil shall touch you. When there's famine out here, you're not going to have to starve. You see? The Lord will give you spiritual power. You're going to be able to laugh at famine and destruction because you've been being kept by the Lord. You've been allowed the Lord to deal with you. You're being exercised by his chastisements that he put on you because you his son or you his daughter. You know? James 1 and 2, my brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations. You know, different temptations. If it ain't one thing, it's another, ain't it? Yeah, but hey, count it all joy. Because you still serving Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. And you attribute it to the Lord dealing with you. You know? Because shoot, verse 3, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. But let patience have her perfect work, that you may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. You know? So the Lord's making us perfect and entire, man. Making us a full faith and showing integrity before him. And when shit hit the fan, he gonna be with you. You know, because you've been keeping the word of his patience. Patience meaning the ability to suffer. You've been keeping the word of his patience day by day in this hell, catching hell, attributing it to my daddy just dealing with me. I got to go through it. The Lord gonna keep you in the time of trouble.
Right. And a lot of the hell we catch is really attached to money. Like they believe the memorial of blowing of the trumpets.
Yeah.
That's the new year. That's why he's saying that. Nah, bro, he wrong. Okay, but you know, a lot of things that we, you know, hell we catch really is attached to financial situations, like not having money to deal or answer this cause or that cause of this problem, right? Okay, but that's why Yahweh Shah told us, take no thought for your life, man. All right, and in the same chapter that he talked about, you cannot serve God and mammon. He said, take no thought for your life, because the things that are necessary for life, You know, a lot of times we need money to access those things or to solve those problems, man. But the Lord already knows that, man. All right, He wants us to have faith, man, and just trust Him. Trust the process, man. All right, Yahushua was on a little boat with his disciples, man. It was a storm. Water was getting in the boat, man. All right, and then eventually the Lord calmed the storm, man. Sometimes you're gonna be in this walk of faith, and sometimes the water gonna get in your boat. Okay. Yep. All right, but if you have faith in the Lord and you keep calling upon His name, eventually He gonna work everything out, man.
Right.
All right. Yeah, you might come out a little wet.
Right.
Okay, it's okay. All right, it's all right, bro.
Who's there to build up your faith? Whether it be money issues, it could be spiritual attacks, and these things are good to build up your mind. You know, build up your fight, your courage. Yeah, you got to fight to get up against these principalities, because we don't fight against flesh and blood. You know, teaching you how to keep your shield of faith up. You know, these things are meant to build you up, man. We're literally in God training. You know, and it's building us up for these times to come, to where you're gonna laugh at famine and destruction. What type of spirit? You just can't snap into that. You know, you got to be going through a process for that to happen. You just don't wake up and, if you're a football player, you don't wake up and go to the Super Bowl. No, you don't have to play this game and that game and go through adversity, play from being down, you know, all these different things to build up your character. And now you ready for whatever. You ready for this, man.
Right.
Build
up your composure too.
You know, composure. You know,
that's what the Lord is looking for, composure. All right, and that composure comes from faith and confidence in the Lord, man. All right, mingle with humility, man, because you know when shit goes haywire, and things start being affected around you. All right, your mentality has to be like, okay, regardless of what happens, you know, I know the Lord is in control, and I have to submit myself to His plan, but I also know that He got me. All right, something is going to work out in His divine order, and I'm gonna be okay as long as I keep focused on what I gotta do.
Right.
How about Shemai Washai, man?
Right, and that faith gets built up by these different
trials. You gotta
experiences.
You gotta get boxed up by the Lord.
Right. Yeah. You know, Lord be jacking us up, man. He don't play by His sons, and that's good, man. Otherwise, you're a bastard. You know. But here's the book of 1 Corinthians 11 and 31. For if we would judge ourselves, we should not be judged. And you got to understand that you go through a lot of things because you freaking go off. You in this flesh. That what I would do, I don't. That what I won't do, I do. So it's a constant battle. Right. You know, and you sin in your past lifetime.
Right. And the Lord, the Lord is still remembering all of that. Like He knows our history. Like He knows our track record as a people, even amongst the most faithful of us. Like He knows, like the Lord. Come on, man.
Right.
Like, you know how many times we was like, man, I'm gonna serve the Lord and this, that, and the third. And even righteous men and women, and then went off and
David went off,
did some bullshit, man. So the Lord got to try us, man. All right, you know, the Lord got to try us and prove that faith, man. Because at the end of the day, it comes down to faith, man. The just shall live by faith.
Right.
At the end of the day, it comes down to faith, man.
Right.
Okay, because can't none of us say that we've been sinless.
Right.
Before the Lord, man.
You always got to keep that on your mind.
You know, can't nobody say that. So at the end of the day, in order for us to be justified, it has to be through our faith being tried and proven to be genuine. Because that's our only vindication. That's all. Right. That's it. You know.
And sometimes them chastisements, the Lord jack you up. That should be there to make your ass move. You know, and do something that the Lord want you to freaking do. You know, that the Spirit been telling you to do. You know, whether moderate this or put this off for a while, or do this, do something that you ain't been freaking doing, or do something more. You know. The Lord sometimes jack you up so you can get the freaking action, man. You know, again, 1 Corinthians 11 and 31. For if we would judge ourselves, we should not be judged. And that's what this process is, man. We practice discipline, you know, getting up, doing what we're supposed to do for the truth, doing what we're supposed to do for the ministry, you know, for the Lord. Verse 32, but when we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord. So all these different things that still work out for our good. You know, everything that you go through, all your afflictions, all your pains, this and that, you being chastened of the Lord. All things work together for our good because we love the Lord. But it says that we should not be condemned with the world. See, now the world, the times that we coming into, Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation, a time like never before. The Lord gonna have to send the Archangel Michael to come and defend us. You know, and ultimately Yahushua beaming up His elect. The things that the world is about to go through, 2/3 of our people, they're not gonna have no help. They're not gonna have no hope. They ain't gonna be able to call on the name of the Lord. They just gonna be assed out there. Because they didn't spend their time being chastened and being built up in the spirit. They've been doing what the hell they want to do. You know? They want to smoke their weed. They want to keep on eating their abominations.
They want to chase the bag.
Right.
They want to go be Americans.
Thought.
A sodomite, fucking just degenerate,
Right.
a faithless,
Right.
you know, godless individual, man.
Right.
And that comes in many flavors because the wide is the gate that
Right.
leads to destruction.
They do whatever. And then when shit hit the fan, the Lord is not going to be with them. You're going to be glad that the Lord brought you to the truth. Happy is the man that the Most High corrected. You're going to be glad that the Lord corrected you when shit pop off. You know? You're going to be glad that instead of you going home and just eating McDonald's every day and not reading, you just play the game or, you know, do whatever wickedness that you want to do. Nah, the Lord will say, no, you got to do this, you're going to do that, and you better do this, and you better do that.
Mm-hmm. You're going to be glad that your girlfriend broke up with you because you came to the truth.
Yep.
That your family shunned you.
Yep.
You know, that you lost that one job opportunity, that you wasn't able to make it through college. You know, that you was battling infirmities, you know, and shit. You're still going to camp, that your wife broke up, you know, left you, took the kids, you know.
Right, you're gonna be glad the Lord set your ass down and not clubbing all the fucking time. You're gonna be seeing all these people being destroyed left and right. Esau just mowing them down, you know. And then your enemy, she that is your enemy, she gonna see that the Lord is he's standing up for you. He pleading your cause.
Right.
You know, you're gonna be glad that they scoffed at you. You know, you're gonna be glad that they said all type of shit about you, and now look at them.
Right. Rejoice
You know?
and be exceeding glad. It is Revelation chapter. You have more on that?
That's it.
Revelation chapter 3, verse 11. It says, "Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown." So we gotta hold fast, man. Look. The reason why we gotta hold it fast because there's turbulence. Okay. All right. Like when you on a roller coaster ride, right? You know, you got what they had that ride at Busch Gardens, the Secret. You know what I'm saying? Or Universal Studios, they got the Mummy ride, you know, or the Incredible Hulk ride, right? Or you know, Disneyland or whatever, right? So they got the roller coaster. It's going up, it's going up, it's going up, and it drops down. You know what I'm saying? You gotta hold on. Oh shit! Oh,
You better have your seatbelt.
Yo, shit! Oh,
better have that seatbelt fastened.
You know what I'm saying? You got that harness. They hold it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's turbulence, man. So it's the same thing in this truth, man. You know, it's gonna be turbulence. Things ain't always gonna be all good. You know, but hold it fast because at the end of the day, what's the valuable thing is having this knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Okay, that's the valuable thing. Having the reward of the kingdom. That's the valuable thing. The valuable thing is not the comfort that you losing or missing out on or feel missing out on or whatever. You know, or the comfort or the benefits that you might be feeling are being compromised. That's not the reward. Okay, the valuable thing is dominion with the Lord and the kingdom of righteousness prepared from the beginning. Okay, that's the value. So you want to hold on to that. Okay.
All right. Yeah, I wish I went through it. He was chastened of his father, and we understand that Yahushua was Adam, and he was King Solomon coming back. We know he was Isaac. We know he went off as King Solomon, and it was prophesied that he gonna have to be beaten with the stripes of men. That never happened to King Solomon. So it happened to Yahushua when he came in that incarnation. You know what I'm saying? He had to go through it, and now look at him.
Right. But see, it takes faith to believe that, though. It takes faith. All right. It really takes the Spirit of the Lord, you know, for you to receive these things. Like the Lord told Peter, all right, flesh and blood have not revealed these things unto you, but my Father which is in heaven has revealed, the Spirit revealed to him. All right. It takes spirit to understand that, you know, on the other side of this temporal chastisement, you know, and you know, like Scripture say, outward man perish. Okay, but on the other side of that is eternal glory. You need the Spirit of the Lord to be able to really embrace and accept that. All right, not everybody can really accept that. You know, that's why Yahushua said, "He that hath an ear, let him hear." Man. All right, we pray that the Lord give us ears to hear and keep our ears open and our eyes open. You know, and continue to bless us and cultivate the faith necessary to continue to endure, man. Which is all through the Spirit of Yahushua, man.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, and you got to really believe, man. Ask yourself, do you really believe that Yahushua is in the heavens, sitting at the right hand of God, the Heavenly Father Yahweh, waiting for his enemies to be made a footstool? He's really gonna come back, and in the chariots, which the world calls UFOs, with the multitude of the angels to overthrow this kingdom of wickedness.
Right. Do you believe that this place is gonna burn? Right. It's still gonna burn, ain't it?
It's gonna burn in fire. And he's gonna deliver his elect and exalt them to be where he is, and share the inheritance with them, as the scriptures say. Do you believe that?
Right.
Okay.
That's what keep you moving.
Exactly.
Like Noah, he moved with fear. He moved with fear, and if you think about it, he never built the ark before. He never had to.
Right.
It never rained. But the Lord said, "You finna do this, and you finna do exactly how I tell you to do. You finna put the pitch and all of that." And I bet he was glad I bet he was glad he built that ark to the saving of his house.
Right.
Once he saw that first drop of water, oh shit, there it go. And everybody else who was laughing at him, who was spending their time doing what the fuck else that they wanted to do while they yet had liberty.
Right.
Oh, the judgment came down upon them, and they couldn't escape.
Yes, sir. Hey, this is Revelation 3 and 12. It says, "He that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my God, and he will go no more out. And I will write upon him the name of my God, and the name of the city of my God." I'm sorry, I gotta go to verse 10. Revelation 3 and 10. It says, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth." Okay, which go to NLT, it says, "Because you have obeyed my command to persevere, I will protect you from the great time of testing that will come upon the whole world to test those who belong to this world." So you want to persevere. Okay, you want to keep the faith, man.
Right.
All right, persevere chastisements and tribulations. When Yahushua said, "He that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved." The word endure means to persevere or to undergo misfortunes and trials, man.
Yep.
Okay, so that's what it means to persevere, to constantly undergo these different trials and afflictions, and to keep keeping on.
Right.
Like keep enduring.
Right.
Keep the faith. That and by doing that, the Lord is going to keep you.
Right.
And keep us. When shit hits the fan.
Right.
All right, that's what you want. Again, you don't want to be looking like one of those humanitarian commercials. Offer a penny.
Right.
And you don't want to be you don't want to be starved out.
That's how Jake gonna be, because they want the chastisement of the Lord. They want to have to suffer. But that's just fucked up, because the Lord and you brothers and sisters who truly believe, the Lord do good unto us too. Shall he not do good and evil?
Right.
Which means the Lord ain't just fucking us up and not doing good for us, man. The Lord be looking out. He daily loaded us with benefits, man.
You have heard the patience of Job.
You know what I'm saying?
You see the end of the Lord. The Lord is very pitiful and the tender mercies.
Even today, right now, the Lord still, the Lord be looking out for Jake, man, in this crazy ass world. Give you your daily bread. Give us this day our daily bread. So when it's time for you to endure some shit, you gotta endure it, man. Because at the end, you're gonna be glad that you did, man. At the end, you're gonna be glad that you kept on serving the Lord, that you kept on enduring, that the Lord is building you up, man. Because that's all ultimately that he's doing. He's building us up, and all work together for our good.
God. That's it.
Hey, so Lord, when this was edifying, we give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Kwame Yasharallah.
Kwame Yasharallah.
Shalom.